Today we managed to go from 21 Solana all the way to about 24 Solana using the Meteora DLMM pools and a tiny bit of meme coin trading with BullX. So today we did actually make a lot of gains as we are profitable from the last episode, but I also took a ton of losses, which you will get to see this episode. I think we gained probably around 5 to 10 Solana and actually lost at least 3 Solana. So you'll get to see what happens when I start getting in a losing position as well. I had some long-term pools with this SCF pool and also with an OR pool. And I also had some shorter term pools where I made some quicker profits with $50 and some losses on some very volatile positions. I also showed how I integrate selling my fees instantly with BullX, as that is something I've got asked a decent amount as well. And I did try and call most of my plays in the Telegram. These are just publicly me sharing my curves and my thesis behind entering the position. So this is one of the first trades we're doing this episode, and it is the Bitcoin conference right now, and Donald J. Trump is predicted to go on stage very, very soon. So what I'm doing is, not to be political at all, but there is so much volume around the related coins, and this coin in particular, BMIIA, and a few others are some of them. And what I did was I didn't manage to get in right here, and a lot of people printed 50 to 100% in fees. I got in around literally on this dip and went 50-50, and if I go to my position, it's already making some fees. This is only one, so I'm just kind of getting back into it. But I think there's going to be a lot more volatile coins right now, so I hopefully will be upping my position. So this was the outcome of that trade. There was some fees to be made, around $50 with a 23% profit in 26 minutes. As we know, this was very volatile at the time. Since then, it has completely died out. I wasn't able to record my position straight afterwards. But then straight after that, I opened a new position on the same coin. That actually took a bit of a loss. I think I actually took a greater loss than this. Honestly, I think the coin might have dumped even more as Meteora was being a bit slow at the time. So if I open BullX, you can see some of my buy and sells, and it is a bit messy. I'm guessing I made some profit, but overall I did actually make around 1 Solana loss at least, maybe even more, 1 to 2 Solana. So this was the first proper losses. And this is just a reminder, when you're doing a pool with these highly volatile meme coins, it is basically, it's not quite as risky as just buying the meme and then it dumping and then selling, because you are earning some fees, but it is on par and you do have to kind of understand how they work. So after this, and we did take the first losses, I was not feeling the best, but it's okay because for this I haven't really taken any losses on the road up. But what happened straight after that was, it was quite late for me. I only had my phone, so I wasn't able to make any pulls. But the Nero coin started to take off, and this is basically the new Doge coin, the owner's new dog. What I did was, I didn't get into the main coin, but I was able to buy it's still a bit confusing as to which one is the main coin that people are trading. But I bought the one which was made first and had the socials made, but it wasn't the popular one which went straight to 60 million market cap. What I was able to do was buy 0.5 Sol of this, and I sold literally 20 seconds later for $158, but that was only about half of what I had. Then I was able to sell the rest of it for 54. Then I sold some more of it. I think actually that's 25%. Then that was the rest of it. So I made profit on that and it cancelled my losses. Then I was able to buy more, sell a little bit of that and sell the rest of it, basically making no profit on that. But then I bought 91, sold it for a bit of profit again, bought some more, sold it straight away for some profit. Then though, I did buy another batch, and I did actually take a loss. So overall, I'm not actually sure of my total profit. I think if I go to my portfolio, I can see what I made in total. It looks like 1.87, which cancelled it out. I made a tiny bit of profit. It would have been a lot higher if I didn't make, that one stupid trade. And actually, if I held it, I would be in profit. But it was unfortunate I wasn't able to call it in the Telegram. Sadly, I was only able to talk about the other ones, and I wasn't able to pool it. And if we look at the pool, there was actually 860,000 made in fees, even though the TVL is very high right now. It was an extremely effective pool for many, and I think a lot of people just went in 50-50 with the pool, just added the position, had autofill on, maxed what they had, and just set it open. And if you left it open for a few hours, you could have made some really good profit. So now we're going back to this play, which I've been in for a few days. In the last video, you saw we were in it, and you can see my fees are a lot higher now, but my total value locked is a lot lower. So now we can look into why this is. If we look at the chart, ever since those Nero coins dropped, basically every kind of larger meme coin took a big hit. Even Billy went from 180 million, now down at its support. But if we look at SCF is the coin I was in this range. I think I was in an upper range around there to there. Then it broke down to this new level into this region. And I made a pool around about this time period, actually around here, I think. I traded some of my tokens which I had, because obviously I had all tokens when the pool ended. It went all the way down my curve. I was left with only tokens, no Solana. I sold half and made this position. So my 5 Sol I originally deposited, when it went out the bottom of my curve, was actually worth around 4 Solana now. So I did take a bit of a loss on that. But what actually happened was I made up for that in fees. So if I go onto this profit card, you can actually see the end of that position. Apparently I had $9 profit. So basically I had no profit. So obviously the price went down, but the fees cancelled it out. So it was just a bit of a waste of time. But what we've done now is we've made a new pool. And what I've been able to do is through today, I have made around 1 Solana in fees. This is 0.5 Solana, and this is worth about 0.5 Solana right now. So it can be tough to work out if I'm actually in profit overall in this pool or not. We're going to have to wait and see till I actually properly cash out of it. Because at the moment, all of that I have worth in fees is around 3.37. Add this 1.3, add this 0.5, and obviously I had the other fees. I think I am in profit. It's just a slow grinder, but it has just given me something through the day. And surely if this pumps out the top, I'm definitely in a decent amount of profit. Another thing you can see is the total value locked is 18,000, and this was at 80,000 the other day when I was showing my other position. So this has clearly fallen a lot. And this is very good for me. 18,000 locked, 7,000 in fees. All these people rotating, they are kind of missing opportunities on stuff like this. Okay, so it's the next morning and I've just checked on my SCF position, and as you can see, we are right out the top of the range. Now we're only just a little bit out, we're not very far out. And if I go onto the chart, we can see from my range, it was pretty much perfect, to be honest. We got a good, however many hours that is, over a day, so over 24 hours, even though I entered around here. So about 24 hours, it's just gone out the top, and it looks like it kind of hit this upper resistance level and might be coming back down. Not sure if I'll cash this out and make a new position or wait, or if I'll just leave it and maybe it drops back in. But so the fees we're looking at, this is a bit under 1 Solana, and this is obviously 0.65. So we've off this 4.27 Solana, we've made nearly about 1.5 Solana already. So we're definitely well in the profit overall, because I only did all these positions with 5 Solana total. And even though we're a bit down, we had the fees from the other position and a lot of my other positions I made, which were on the way up of the chart. Okay, so I've gone ahead and I claimed my fees for that, and I made a new position. I think we entered around here, we dropped down, we've gone up a bit, and this was actually with 7 Solana, so a bit more. We've made quite a good amount on fees already. This is what my position is looking like, so it's gone down a bit and it's gone back up. I'm just going to leave that open for a bit longer, as we've already made a good amount on fees. And I also went ahead and spot bought some ore. Now ore does have utility, I'm not actually totally sure of it. So I entered actually on this dip around one of these green candles, and the reason is if we look at the Meteora pool, we can see that it has nearly $2 million in trading volume. So this particular pool is the main pool for this ore. There's no radium pool, which there normally is for a lot of tokens, which obviously get most of the volume. We can also see 92,000 locked and 12,000 in fees, but this isn't accurate. There has been 12,000 in fees, but this was actually below 50,000 for the majority of the day. It has just spiked up. Now this is my first time entering this token, and I did actually get to buy it, I think, on about this green candle. And if we look at my position, it is a bit bottom heavy, so it's to 6.11, so about there, and it goes down all the way down here. So I've been quite cautious. It could shoot straight out the top and then never go back in my range. But you know, better to be safe than sorry. And I have not put a lot on it, only 1 Solana there, and I think 1 Solana in the token as well. To be honest, I imagine I'll get barely anything from this, maybe a few dollars or something. I think you do have to go quite heavy into this pool with a few $1,000s. So it is about to be the evening for me, so I have opened a position on SCF again just quickly with 6 Solana. It is a bit below the current price, so if the price does dump, I will be able to catch some of that volume. But apart from that, I am trying to get some of the fees for this meme coin buck, which just went out. So I did mention it, and the reason is the fees look pretty crazy. It printed $700, not with 10k locked. It was actually around 2k when all of this was printed, and I've just been watching it, and it looks like it has just suddenly stopped, but the volume was absolutely flying a minute ago, and the fees were printing so much. So I will report how this does. So it has been a few minutes and there has been a bit of volume, and as you can see, my fees are racking up. So what I'm going to do is going to claim the fees, and I'm going to use my normal technique, which I like to use on coins like this. And as you can see, the transaction is not going through because I guess the coin is moving so much. So I do have a custom RPC on, that is a free one. And what I'll do is I'll go over to BullX, and what I like to do is, as the coin moves so much so quickly, I like to sell my fees straight away. I click 100% and I sell my coins, and this is something I do very commonly. Ignore when I bought, that was just so I could go 50-50. But if I tried to do this on Jupiter, my transaction would not go through. So what I do is, as soon as I rack up some fees, I head over to BullX, make sure I have the token, I'll go on sell 100% and sell them. Okay, so we just actually pumped out of range, out the top range. This is the Meteora pool. You can just see the volume. You don't normally see this kind of volume on Meteora pools necessarily. Oh, and the total value locked has gone to 26k. This was under 10k, you know, until about 5 minutes ago. And my total fees, I'm not quite sure if you can see, but I did sell a lot of my fees straight away. So you can see me selling the token fees there. But you can see my total fees are around $50, as I did get, you know, obviously half of it in Sol as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it open for a bit and see if we go back in range. But regardless, we have already got, I think that's around 20%, a bit under 20% to be honest. I might rebalance though, just because the volume is so high right now. Okay, so we did just walk away with the $55 profit, I think, from that, and it was quite good. I think it did range for much longer, but it was quite late for me, and I just kind of wanted to get out with a bit of profit in the evening. But right now, this might be the last trade of the video. I don't want to make it too long, but this coin OR just had a massive dip, and I just got really lucky and managed to buy just before this big green candle, and I actually added 2 Solana of this token and 2.5 Sol of itself, and it just instantly pumped from there all the way to there. I went full range, the full 50 bins, and it just gave me some fees. So hopefully it ranges in here, but it looks like it might just pump straight out. Okay, now this is actually the final trade, and this is a bit of a quick one, but it is a meme coin. It's, you know, got quite a lot of volume, quite volatile. I entered for this orange range. This is me buying some tokens, which I just shouldn't have bought any, to be honest. I should have just gone the one-sided, and me selling some, and I did actually sell some more. And this is my position. So you can see I'm quite near the bottom of it. If I didn't have all this stupid part of the curve, I would have been totally fine, as I have been making a decent amount on fees.